Hello and welcome to the Bellefleur Tire Shop Grand Falls Greenfoot Rapids post-game show. My voice is a little bit burnt out, so bear with me here. It's a huge win. Your Rapids beat the Summerside Western Capitals 4-3 in a thrilling overtime game. Mathis Cyr with his very first career MHL goal, and it was an overtime winner. There's so much to talk about and such little time to do it. I'm going to do my best to break this game down. Unfortunately, I'm not at the rink this game, but we will be back on Sunday, October 12th, when the Yarmouth Mariners come into town for the postgame, the pregame and the postgame at the rink. So we will be back for that. But in the meantime, enjoy my little recap here. So we're going to just dive right into things. We're going to start off with the scoring. So it opened up about 10 minutes in. Now, usually the theme of the last few seasons has been who's going to let up the first goal. Is it going to be in the first 5 minutes? And it was not. Neither team got any real kind of high danger scoring chances in the first 5 minutes. It took until 10 minutes in, or 9 minutes and 54 seconds in. Andrew Thompson gets the goal. Ryder Howitt and Jordan Shaw get the assists. Now, at this point, I know a lot of people in the crowd were just it sucked. Not even going to lie. Sometimes when you're up in the booth, it's a little bit tough to call the opposing goals, but this one here was just, it was textbook. You got to give them credit where it's due. Sometimes the goals are a little bit nicer, all right? And that's exactly what happened here. So, they get on the board first, and just as the period's about to end, less than 3 minutes to go, Brody Paré wires his third goal of the season. It was a beautiful pass from Anton Topolnitsky right up the gut to Jonah Leard, passes this one right to Brody Paré, and he pops it in bottom right corner for his third of the season. Now, we sit 1-1 after one. Something that's very, very exciting. I know that a lot of people were just like, there were a couple that was sitting in front of us that was jumping up and down. No word of a lie, that was jumping up and down when Brody tied the game in the first period. Now, obviously a big game. And when you score and you tie the game, especially against a team like Summerside, it's always going to be exciting because they kept it close. And like I was saying in the pregame, when you keep it close like that, it's a more entertaining game. Of course, you don't have that goal onslaught, but they kept it close. So, first period would remain 1-1. About 11 minutes into the second period, Zach Michaud ties the lead in points on the team with Nathan Plamondon Michaud with his third of the season as well. So he would tie with overall points with 7. 3 goals and 4 assists in his first 7 games as a Grand Falls Rapid. Oliver Plant and Loic Francoeur would get the assists on that. But about 7 minutes later, Matt McLean would score the goal in a controversial buzzer beater for the Summerside Western Capitals. Now, I'm going to leave this up to you a little bit here real quick. So, I'm going to play the clip, and I want you to tell me, and I want to get some opinions on this. Now, obviously, we know that the goal went in. Was that before or after the buzzer went off? Personally, from what I saw up in the booth, it went in just as the buzzer sounded, so I think it would have been a good goal. And in that case, I got to give credit where it's due to Summerside. Yes, well done. Sucks, but well done. So I'll play the clip here, and I want you to decide.
Damage here before the period is up. 4 seconds left to play, and with that, does he do it?
Okay, so now that we've established that, don't forget to leave your comment down below and comment on whether you thought that was in before or after the buzzer sounded. So either way, it was a goal, but would it have counted? Would it not have counted? I want to hear your opinions on that as well. So that's where the second period would sit. It was 0.1 seconds left on the clock. We sit tied at 2-2 after 2. The third period rolls around, and Nathan Plamondon Michaud pops one at 7 minutes and 10 seconds in And then that is when all hell breaks loose. So the Rapids go up 3-2. And then the entire onslaught happens. So Ryder Howitt takes a penalty for high sticking. Austin Walker and Loic Gallant are out of the game for fighting. Loic gets the extra rough. He gets a game misconduct. Luke Marnell goes to the box for roughing. And Ryder Howitt was just feeding him punches. And see, look, I'm not usually one to come out and criticize decisions that were made, but when you go out and you're punching a guy who has no defense, and you're punching a guy with his helmet still on and his gloves still on, you're kind of on the opposite side of that. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There is no reason why that should have gone on like it did. I'll let you watch that clip back for yourself. I don't really see a point in kind of rehashing that, but man, that was brutal. The Rapids would then get a penalty. Luke Marnell would go to the box as a result of roughing with Ryder Howitt, and that would result in the Summerside Western Capitals and Brett Arsenault scoring his 4th of the season, tying this game up with less than 6 minutes to go in the third. So this game, again, would need overtime to be solved. And this is a game where it's extremely close. And in those situations, you have to really think about it in this way. So penalties be damned. The outcome of the game was going to go to one team or another anyway. I think that I didn't make any predictions, but in the pregame, I said that it was going to be a very close game, and indeed it was. This would need overtime. So I'm going to play the overtime goal here for you. You know what? I don't even need to say anymore. Enjoy the clip. I know I had a hell of a time calling it. Just enjoy.
Goes off the boards, and now here come the Rapids the other way. Here's Zach Michaud with Loic Francoeur trying to go onto the no-look pass, and he could not make it happen. Now here's Cyr with a shot, shooting, scores! Matisse Cyr with the overtime winner, and Grand Falls has taken this game, stuck the dagger in the hearts of the Summerside Western Capitals.
Yes, I love when I get to lose my voice after the game, especially for big wins like that. Matisse Cyr, with his very first career goal in the MHL, scores an overtime winner. Amazing performance by him. And Zachary Michaud, again, scored a goal in this game, and he has an assist. He was one of the 3 stars of the game. Should have been one of the 3 stars of the game, I think. But Julien Avignon-Bourque for a couple of amazing plays defensively. If you have missed those, I would recommend going back and watching the game. He had a lot of really great shots blocked and prevented a couple of really high danger scoring chances for the Caps. Nathan Plamondon-Michaud getting first star of the game, and then Ethan Dixon getting the 3rd star of the game for Summerside in what was a very high pressure game. All in all, the Rapids came away with a big, huge win in overtime, 4-3 to the Summerside Western Capitals. This was a big game, not just for Caps fans, not just for Rapids fans, but for fans of the MHL in general. This was the game to watch because it was a battle for first place, right? Winner takes over first place, not just in their division, but in the league. And I think, honestly, Grand Falls, they came out, they had a couple of hiccups and bumps in the road where Summerside was able to tie it up and send this game, in this case, to overtime. But for a lot of the game, the Rapids outplayed the Capitals a good chunk of it. And was it a good performance? Absolutely. I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but I think we are truly, Rapids fans, we are truly witnessing something special. It's been 8 years in the making. They're doing fantastic to start the season, and there's so much more to look forward to. Speaking of looking forward, the Summerside Western Capitals are now in the past, and the West Kent Steamers are coming up on Sunday afternoon in Bucktush. So this is a game, of course, that I alluded to in the pregame as well. They are playing tomorrow night. I believe they're going to be on the road. Let me just bring up the game sheet there. Yes, they are in Amherst tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So they're going to be playing on the road, and then they're going to be coming back home on Sunday to face off against the Rapids. So the advantage that the Rapids have in this is that they are playing back-to-back games, or is that West Kent's playing back-to-back games, and it'll make them a little bit more tired, and it could be a lot easier to capitalize on those opportunities as well. So you've already proven that you're the best in the league. You beat Summerside. You beat Edmonton, who you have not beat at all last season, or barely at all last season. You're off to a 6-1 start, or 6-0-1 start. Because keep in mind, they are still undefeated in regulation. This team is legit. And I think that for those who did not believe in them before, it's time to start believing. Rapids Nation, enjoy this victory tonight. West Kent Sunday. Watch the game. Make sure that you're tuned in. It's going to be a good one. If you